introduce our presenters for today. Last week, again, we had the Booker High School students who went to the RYLA weekend in April. And today we have the pleasure of seeing the Westcoast students who went on the same weekend in April. And the principal of the school that the students attend, Marvin Hendon, our former past president several times over, will introduce them. Marvin?
And assistant district governor.
It's good to be back. It's been a while. And I picked the perfect day to come back. Yes, it has been too long. But I picked the perfect day to come back because right when I pulled up, Bob was pulling up in my dream car. And yeah, I thought he was delivering it.
And so far, it's still my dream.
Well, I want to know what it is.
It's the Tesla Model X.
Okay.
Yeah. Should I say our dream car? He gets it during the week, and I get every other weekend and holiday. But very happy to introduce our students who went to RYLA. As many of you know, this is RYLA's second year here in our district. And we've been doing for years the S4TL. And I actually brought the student we sent the S4TL last year. She just wanted to have a quick chance just to say thank you and tell you how much she enjoyed it. She didn't get an opportunity to come and do a presentation. But these two students, they're both ninth graders at Westcoast School. This was their first real experience, I think, away from home and attending a RYLA camp. And they were very excited. They came back, they took loads of pictures, and they're acting like they're very nervous and very shy. But I'll bring them up. We have Jade and Jade Bryce and India Laws. They'll tell you a little bit about themselves and
Hi, my name is Jade Bryce, and I'm India. First off, we would just like to thank you guys for picking us to go and sponsor us for the RYLA Leadership Award. And these are just a few pictures that we took there while we were on the trip. So we're gonna explain what they are. Okay, this is one of the obstacle courses that they had us do. It was a rope walk, and it was hard. I almost fell. And it basically taught us how to endure. And then the rest of the team, because they had split us up in groups, had cheered us on, so that taught us teamwork. This one was interesting. It was a lady named Amy. It was, well, yeah, she was kind of like a archeress. Yeah, she was an archeress, archeress. And she actually did this thing, and it should be a video that's about to show you guys. But she did this thing where she asked one of the students to volunteer and sit down with an apple on their head to see can they shoot it off, just to see who would volunteer. So it was actually the girl in the middle. She sat down, which is going to be the video. She sat down, and at the end, she basically was asking why would you put your life in danger for me? And she was like, well, I think because I trust you and you're a professional. And then she said, well, how do you know that I'm a professional? I could have just came here and just said, oh yeah, I'm professional, let me shoot the apple off your head. But so it was a very point that it just stuck out. So we're about to, I think the video is about to come up next.
you may have to show my quick video.
What she didn't tell you was both her parents were lawyers.
Oh, it's upside down. It's upside down.
No. Oh, I put it upside down. No.
Yeah, you put it upside down. And you can't even hear it.
That was a test.
Let me hear it right here.
with the sound?
Okay, well,
Yeah.
basically what she's saying now, it's playing on here, you can't really hear it on there. But she was basically just telling us to calm down, you know, trying to make us that were there to believe that she's actually gonna shoot the apple off of him. She has to go up and pulling it back now.
What kind of apple was it?
A computer.
Okay, now just now she made it seem like she was gonna do it, but she didn't do it. Okay, now she's saying how she's a professional and she can shoot like really far, but she will never put a child's or anybody's life in jeopardy, no matter how professional she is. Okay. Okay, this is another obstacle course where we had to get over the wall. All of us had to get over the wall in a certain amount of time. So what we did before we started, we had made a plan that the guys would help the girls up first, and then the guys would go over. And yeah. Basically like saying how some people needed help and the most experienced people would not need help. So that was and this, it was obstacle course that we had to touch all the pegs going down. It looks easy, but it's not easy. You have to touch all the pegs without falling off. Then after, they told me to do it without my feet touching the ground with just my arms. And I tried. Yeah, I tried. Okay, on the left, they had a hot and cold session. They came up with a topic and they asked us how we felt about it. Most people said hot was good and cold was bad, but other people interpreted it as hot bad because fire, and they just interpreted it that way, and cold good. And then on the right, the foreign exchange students, we all got in groups, and the foreign exchange students walked around and taught us about their countries and how it's different from America and what they're not used to. Most of them said that it was easier here than there because they have to work harder where they're from. Yes, and they have more hours in school. Okay. This is one of the skits. When we first got there, they told us we would have to do a skit. And my group's topic for the skit was first things first. So, as you see, the boy with the camera up high, he was a photographer and he had a photo shoot to do, but instead of saving his film for the photo shoot, he went to a party and took pictures, and he didn't have any film left in the morning for the photo shoot. Okay, these are just, you know, people that we met. On the, nice. Yeah, on the far right, that's when we had first got there. In the middle is a picture of the boys in my group trying to mimic the girls on the left. And that's it.
All right.
Okay.
Yes, what were some of your major takeaways from your weekend? What's revelations that you were introduced to?
As I said, they broke us up into groups and we had to do different challenges and things. And what we noticed is that most groups jumped into the task before making a plan. So that didn't work out and they couldn't finish the task. So what we really learned is that you have to plan before you try to jump in and start doing things. Not only that, it wasn't like we were forced to meet new people because we wanted to. but they actually split, like people up. So that was like it was kind of hard at the same time, but it was also meant. So it was. Any other questions? They told us not to be scared, like not to step out, to like be more open about things, and that like your opinion does matter, but it doesn't at the same time, because your opinion can help someone else. And
they also taught us that in a group you should let everyone have a chance to speak, let everybody try and like put in their ideas, because in some groups they had, people in the back who didn't really say anything, and they didn't try to ask like, what's your idea about it? They just sat in the back. And they could have helped, and they could have got the task done faster or easier.
Most of the time we weren't allowed to, because we would actually get called out. Like if we were just sitting in the back, she would call us up and then she would have us speak. That was hard and it was scary.
Was this presentation today easier for you because of your RYLA weekend?
Yes.
It was like 60 people in the room. That's why when I got here, I was like, oh, okay. It's okay.
No big deal.
Yeah, I think it's
Okay. Margaret, you want to say anything more about the whole situation?
No, one question I was real curious. What did you all learn from seeing the person about to get the volunteering to allow someone to point and shoot an arrow at them?
I was like, no, don't do it. Because like she actually pointed at me. And I was like, oh, I'm not doing it. No, thank you, I'm okay. And then the girl that was next to me, she was like, okay, well, I'll do. I said, really? You would really put your life in danger? Like, it can go straight to your head. But she was like, it's okay, I don't have anything to lose. I said, you do, your life. But she still went anyways, so.
And one of the girls that I met that was in my group, she's from Booker. You saw her last week. She volunteered to go up there, and I was so nervous. Like, I was about to cry. Like, we had bonded, and I just met
She
her.
volunteered to be the woman of the year.
Yes. I had just met her a couple of days before that, and I was really nervous. Like, you would thought I would know her forever. I was like, yeah. It was crazy.
Thank you so much. We're very happy to have had the ability to sponsor your trip, and it will continue in years to come with other West Coast students. Thank you very much. And we have a token of our esteem for your visit, and our executive assistant went to get the token of esteem, which is a couple of pens that you can remember us from. So they're on the way. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, also we're waiting for, did anybody buy tickets this morning for the, okay, that'll be happening as soon as Tony gets back from the parking lot. Anybody want to say anything about today's meeting? Or
You could tell us about S4TL that you went to
Oh,
last year.
yeah.
Okay, can we do that?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, I attended S4TL last summer. That was the summer before my senior year. And I just want to say the Michaela that you see right now is very different from the Michaela that went to S4TL at the beginning. First of all, thank you to all of the Rotarians in the room for giving me the opportunity to go. S4TL, when I first went, I wasn't really sure about it. I was kind of nervous. But once I got there, I didn't really appreciate it as much as I should have. When I got to the end, I was like, oh no, I have to go home. I love it here. I really don't want to go home. But it really taught me a lot of things. I learned how to see my self-worth a little bit better. And I just realized that I can really do anything that I set my mind to do. I was very shy, and people kept making me do things, make me do skits, make me speak in front of large groups, and it really helped me to come out of myself, and now I really like speaking in front of people. Also, I wanted to run for the president of the student body at my school, but I was kind of nervous. I was like, I don't know. but I ran once I got back to school, and I am the student body president of my school.
What school are you going to?
Sir,
What school are you at?
I'm at the Westcoast School for New
Oh, you're still there?
Did you have that group with the Rotarians sitting in with you?
Had a
What kind
couple.
of questions were asked? What were the subjects?
One of the subjects that really stuck with me was euthanasia. They were asking, how do you feel about it? Like when you have to give up, your life, and they kind of pull the plug. That one was very popular. A lot of people had a lot to say about it, and I was not really against it, but I just felt like people should have the decision to do whatever they wanted with their lives. So that's kind of how I felt about it. I didn't really say much.
If they pull the plug, you no longer get a charge.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, as promised, here is our small token of appreciation for today's presentation.
Thank
Okay,
you.
right in good health.
How about?